Two, the devilish notion of taking revenge to change everything radically came on me. I kept ignoring it until I couldn't resist longer. Revenge's fire ate me up, and I quickly surrendered to it. The idea tempted me a great deal when I visualized its consequences. I pondered revenge as a simple remedy to relieve my gaping gash and heal it. I gathered my old adversaries, who were friends then, and convinced them to help me. I watered them with a hatred to ensure my plan's accomplishment, to take revenge on both simultaneously. I thought if they helped me kidnap Ruqayya, I would denounce them to police, and they would end up in jail, two birds with one stone. Their greediness made them easy to be convinced. I said their reward would be in their hands by the time they finished. The money I had to buy the tools we needed for kidnapping her was insufficient, so I sold my laptop, the bike I was offered my birthday, and borrowed some. Listen carefully. I said we will kidnap her when they came back home at night. If something unexpected should happen, head for the campus. Don't fret too much. Reserve your compassion for another occasion. See you tonight near the university. It's a piece of cake. Let's just do it. Chain and throw her in the narrow street behind the buildings. I will be there to pay you. The rest is up to me. One last thing, remind yourselves from time to time that your friend's enemy is your enemy. Then they went to work, with faces reflected both confusion and hesitation. That evening of the same day, the mission was done perfectly. I found her chained to a lamplight in the place we had agreed upon. Luckily, there were just few people around. "Why are you doing this to me?" Ruqayya cried out sadly. "I forgave your stony heart, but I couldn't forget. My breakup with Hajar was because of you. On his historical day, you will pay burial for your spiteful desire, and I will celebrate you. I swear I am not the real reason. I beseech you to let me go," she said tearfully. "What is done can't be undone. Your blood must taste refreshing." I took out a pocket knife and jabbed at her navel slowly. Droplets of blood made her eyes glint. I stared at them and she averted her face. Suddenly, I heard sirens wheel and saw a police car on the move. I threw her on the ground immediately. Then I fled. I didn't know who informed the police. I went to see one of my dearest teachers for help. "I am in big trouble. Police are looking for me, and I don't wish to be jailed without avenging myself first." He calmed me and wanted to know what happened. I told him about everything. "I went in quest of venom to buy," I went on, "but didn't find a suitable one. I found that resin is one of the most lethal poisons. On 2 or 3 droplets would cause death initially, but its ingredients aren't within my reach." He glared at me and said, Are you out of your mind? Poison? What is there in your head? Your eyes are blind to see anything nice around. Strive to kill whoever you want in your mind. Pour hope into your heart and you shall be fine. A Chinese proverb says, whoever opts for revenge should dig two graves. I followed his advice and filled my head with hope and wonderful promises. I swear there are more wonderful things in life than what you can even imagine. If one day the chance comes into your hands to get whatever you want, but not what you need, and to travel wherever you like, don't lose it and live the moment. If you don't concentrate on the moment, on the present time, you will live in endless doubts. You will not be able to live at ease, even if you get what you need. If you preoccupied yourself with the perfect thing to have or person to love, you will think wrongly about other important things. Without warning, a new idea crossed my mind. It might displease you, but it thrilled me. It was then my first university year. I made new friends. Many of them taught me a lot. Several threw stones on the road I was walking. Some participated in building my way of thinking. Others left their irremovable imprints behind. Some I couldn't resist being away from because I would feel their existence in my daily life. Some made me so confused. Others played the role of talented actors in films. There were actors in my life, but I was the director. The tormenting thing was when it concerned the people who were special to me. Instead of adoring my naked life and helping me discover who I am, participating in my happiness and sharing thoughts times with me, they cared about naught and threw dust in my eyes. The idea of forgetting those people who made days of my clean life dirty by showing their evil began to foster my mind. Fresh sometimes invaded my heart whenever I thought of the consequences. Yes, I decided to forget them. If you had been one of them, I would have forgotten you. And if I come across you, I would change my road and walk away from you. If I see you eye to eye, face to face, I will make it appear as if it was for the first time. We would exchange words with no afterthoughts and spend good moments. We will drink clean water from the same bowl without paying attention to the price. We will leave our mistakes behind and move forward, smiling hand in hand, influence each other positively, and enjoy life. We might also hate one another if the chocolate masks of our trust melt quickly in the bright sunshine. And our human relationships will go on based on psychological struggle within our souls. At home, I walked in my own room. I lay flat on my back, placed my hands on my chest, and listened carefully to my heartbeat. Suddenly, I sensed an icy hand on my forehead. My head was hot ember. My son, the blessing of God is upon you. It's the fever, hold on. I am calling a doctor. The voice of my mother smoothly penetrated my ears. I woke from a troubled sleep. I remembered the bottle of wine I had drunk the night before, and recognized that the kidnapping was just a painful dream. I can't tell what is wrong with you without having to say a word. You can't live without old memories, and you still possess hope to find pure love after all that you have gone through, said the doctor when he arrived. You seem to know everything about me. Sometimes it's risky falling in love. If you fail to find your soulmate, I knew this fact. My life has completely changed, doctor. I tried to put everything in its proper place but failed, and it was not my fault. Several times I attempted to love with my heart. Love's path was more complicated than I had thought. Circumstances impelled me to move towards the unknown. My life was altogether dark. The mist was everywhere. If you do understand, why should hope get lost in the mist? Love to learn how to love better, and be careful when you choose to play this game and with whom to play it. It's not always a losing game. Winning or losing is a matter of mere luck. So first discover how lucky you are. Wild things occur and you will have wild feelings. But that is fine since you own the potential to change anything with your permission. I know you might say memories are painful. Yes, they are, but enough regrets about past actions. Clean your heart from every memory that holds a destructive pain, the way you wash your hands before every single meal. Life is difficult. Who knows? Not so. Yes, you are right, I quietly replied. You have to stop thinking this way. If pain must come, welcome it with a comforting heart. Before he left, he picked up a glass of water and put something in it. Don't drink it quickly. Take your time to taste it first. A few days later, I got a chance to travel abroad, but recalling my parents, grandmothers, and my dog made me abandon it because I didn't know how long I was going to live with them. Fear of traveling without returning altered my mind, so I stayed home. I believe if I want to be somewhere and I deserve to be that place, life someday will take me there by the hand. The following day I went to see the doctor in his office. Was I dream, doctor? I asked him. Sure. Can you prove that to me rationally? I challenged him. Let me first prove that you might not exist in this world at all. Have you ever thought to make sure whatever you really exists? If so, what kind of existence is yours? Alive by your thinking or just physically, like most people? Do you have a role in life? If so, show me. Think a little about your value in the society you belong to. Imagine you passed away or have been removed from your position right now. Would that change the course of the world? Will your death impact your friends, parents, and family, or only your lovely dog? If it will not, you know what does that mean? It means there is a problem somewhere, and fixing it is up to you. Now, for God's sake, was the kidnapping just a dream? Asked again. It's obscure, but I will explain. When you dream, you can't have the notion of having a dream. There are the same feelings of pain, joy, fear, and also love. If you were running in a dream, for instance, your heart beats fast as if it were true. You can't tell reality from dreams. This is exactly your case. Open your eyes and swallow the refreshing wine, said the doctor. Will you give me some sleeping pills? I want to live that dream again. I begged him. I will give you a useful piece of advice. This is the right time to lock the door of your past, to throw the key away and to open the one of the future. Life is a war, full of challenges and obstacles. I have opened the door of my future. I am looking through its window. If you don't give me the pills, I will take my life away. You will be one of my reasons behind this, I said coldly. If your presence in life is the same as your absence, just go ahead. It's better for you. Because my absence is the same as my presence in life. I lowered my head and left his office. I wondered how life was going on, how people could control their emotions over someone or something, and why bad people like me do good things like you. Then I decided to change the rules of the game. People play, and I walked barefoot towards a forgotten land to practice the spiritual ritual of forgetfulness, with the hope to find the secret of living by clean head in this dirty world. Alone I crossed a fearful forest at night. I made a gibbet and sat down. I wept till I could no longer hold back my tears. I took a rope, wore it around my neck, and in a second I heard an old woman call, "Wait, give me your hand. You are at a point where you can't surrender, and suicide has never been a medicine. I can give you wisdom and the key to eliminating life. You can trust me." "I assume you can't give the wisdom which the young lack," I replied, "for how can you understand what I myself can't explain? Who are you? From where have you come, and why did you stop me? Don't you know that putting an end to my life is the sole way to real freedom I still possess? You are a stranger, and life warned me not to trust strangers easily. I am your desire and wishes. I stopped you because hundreds of people are living a living death, with no aim, no need to hurry. You will die in an hour, in a minute, in a moment, or a specific day. I have what you are in search of. Well, I can smell wisdom in your speech. Trust me, stranger, you are prisoner of your personal history. Who are you?" I asked again earnestly. "Don't boast of confidence you don't possess." "I am everything that is beautiful in life," said the old woman. "You are not," I cried out. "Remember, you have chosen the road less traveled. This road has many obstacles, and I am advising you not to give up quickly. You don't have to share every detail of your life with me. Just be honest in what you say. I can make you the happiest man on earth, even if you make me delighted and satisfied today. I can't forget who made me so yesterday. I am not a traitor. I shall never be. Remember, two life lessons are to be learned by heart. If you really have the wisdom, the young luck, show me how I can turn black into white, good into evil, and truth into falsehood. Can be whatever you like me to be, even a thing and whatever. Even what I dislike, I would give you everything that is worth living for. Just teach me how to transfer love into hatred. I will give my life for this. When I am alone in my poker room, I speak to myself about myself. I laugh with myself at myself. That is not due to loneliness because it has always been there, nor due to fever because it seldom visits me. Don't you think these are the symptoms of insanity? I shouldn't lie. True, you are slipping into insanity. Peak of sadness is when you see someone getting mad gradually and you can't do anything. Nothing to do but complain, knowing that complaining has no power to change the bad reality but to worsen it. If you are looking for pleasure, be ready to pay for it. A wild storm hovered above us. Dark clouds covered the clear blue sky. She walked away, vanished like hope from my life. I felt deep loss for what I was looking for. On the way, at each step, I was aware of eyes watching me from behind. Maybe she was there. I couldn't see her, but I smelled her presence. I walked until I found myself in an unfamiliar town. When it was no sign of a human life, it was a frightening place. I was afraid and overtired. Dogs barked in the distance. I spied an ambiguous house. With careful steps, I walked towards it. I peeped through a small hole in the door and let my eyes guide me. I saw blue-dyed walls and my body trembled. There was a man of enormous height. His face was pale, his hair was white, and carried a knife in his hand. My soul couldn't resist the great pressure of fear. I thought I had nothing more to lose, so there was no need to have fear. I knocked at the front door of the house. "Who's there?" he said in a sharp tone. "A loser, sir. A loser who misunderstood himself formally a lot. I begged you to look at me through merciful eyes, for assumed you can do any kind of evil." I spoke softly. "Oh, young man, what are you doing here? Don't you know that ghosts of the past are everywhere, destroying the happiness of thousands of people?" "Yes, I have been struggling with them too. Dreams are ships of these ghosts. Dreams can water the seeds of hatred and love. If you lose a dear person, you can forget them by forcing yourself. Over time, you get used on their absence, but when they leave and there is no chance for them to return, ghosts, job beings, dreams bring them to mind, and the pain which was hidden due to their absence returns forcefully." I also heard, correct me if I'm wrong, that these ghosts can turn one's paradise into hell. Pardon me, please? For I lost the way back home. I lost contact with happiness, myself, my childish self. Sir, I'm looking for a candle to show me the way and lighten it. I am ready to fight life's wind if it would blow out its light. Perhaps you can show me where I shall find it, I said. How could that happen to a young man your age? How can you lose direction in this town while its moon illuminates its sky? What does it mean to look for a candle? And that amazing sky above is full of stars. Sir, I am neither the first nor the last who lost his way and ignored the stars. In order not to get lost before going anywhere or choosing any candle, ask yourself one thing and remember another. Remember the old lessons, how they can help you when it comes to making decisions, and then ask yourself up to which point you have developed your defensibility against people's evil. Hopefully, you have got today's lesson and learned when to take risk. Anybody passes by, cruel death is their destiny. Especially lazy learners who don't learn from their past because you are still young and a long future lies ahead of you. You are still alive. The youth's ignorance is what has saved you. You don't frighten me, sir. I have no enemy but myself. Past lessons made my heart suffer more than it should for paltry matters. I no longer want to think, but to find out how to turn thoughts into actions. I believe that beyond appearance, life has other faces, but I haven't seen those faces yet. Why do most people, instead of helping with love and care, choose to abandon? How can I free myself bad memories? Why have I chosen to travel a road no one has known? Tell me when it's better to be under earth than to walk on it. I'm afraid of the unknown. What can that sort of fear teach me? I blurted out. He took a few steps back and said, "Take it easy, man. You're still young. You seem to be in a hurry and you look so serious. Come in. Sit down and have a drink, and feel free to express your thoughts confidently. My guests don't bother me. There are important things for you to think about. Fear teaches countless things. It teaches how to become careful when it comes to choosing a path, job, or doing anything. The greatest advantage fear can push you towards is patience. It's known that the patient man has never lost any challenges, experiences, or even a relationship in this entire life. A patient person never tasted failure like others. Failure for them is just learning experience. Patience is the golden key for success. Through fear you can get that key which opens the door of wisdom. You might be right, sir, but there are mistakes from yesterday that I must correct. Mistakes are unavoidable, like death. Learn from them, act responsibly, and never blame others or fate for any guilt. Speak to hurt destroyers, to time wasters, and remove them from your life. What reminds you of the forgotten today? I don't know. My life is not going well. I am in a terrible need of forgiving myself. I made it suffer a lot. I swear if I should ever go back there, I will not make the same mistakes. I wish I only knew the right time to try everything, who the right people to listen to were, and to whom I should have closed my ears. If I only had known what to do with an early age, I would never feel in anything I have failed in today. I also loved a teacher's girl whose heart is a whorehouse. I loved her for who she was, and she found it an unusual initiative. I displayed love and faithfulness, and she imagined I was lying. But when I deliberately lied to her, she thought I was saying the truth. Maybe we will never see each other again. Tell me, sir, can a girl keep her promise? And I'm not sure whatever she can keep her promise, but girls can fake things easily. Allow the expected to take place and don't expect much. See you in the nearby cemetery after midnight. I would you to know something. Take this paper and keep it with you. See you there, I responded naively. I ignored reading the paper he gave me and threw it on my way to the cemetery. I wondered why he chose to meet in such a place. I arrived early. I waited for 2 hours in that scary place. Oh, finally, welcome, sir. I am not sorry for being late, he said, violently throwing an axe on the ground, starting digging. I beg your pardon? What do you mean by digging? Something special is going to be buried tonight. Dig your grave, he replied. If I said I am a prisoner of my past, that doesn't mean I should dig it. Let alone with my hands. Yes, I am a bad fellow, but I'm trying to better myself. I choose to travel towards the unknown only to set myself free. This is my gun. He began pointing to his big, long gun, and there are the bullets. Also have one. Your brain is a gun, but a brain without knowledge is a gun without bullets. You might possess a good brain, but you can't use it well because you kept in touch with old days. Shut up and dig. That is too dreadful. Be kind to me, please. Close up your bloody mouth. Want me to cut off your tongue? Huh? After a while, he lit a cigarette and said, finished. Dig it deeper to become appropriate to bury everything. You shall spend the night here to evaluate the blessing of life. People often evaluate what they have right now. When they lose it later, do you want to bury your past? Yes, since it's agonizing, I'm done digging. You can check how deep the hole is. Give me your gun, sir. I promise to give it back. I am over, and you know when someone reaches this stage, their life is nothing. Tell me about my enemy. I'm afraid to die without knowing him. How pleasurable it's to sow these seeds in people's heads instead of hope. To see people winding up their life by their own thoughts and hands. What a feeling. Take the gun and show me your dirty blood. Put an end to your miserable life, he said laughingly. I held the gun in hand and said, it said that if you tricked me once, shame on you. And if you tricked me twice, shame on me. Some lie and some believe. Don't tell lies because I am sick of believing them. Who the hell are you? You have promised to give the gun back. Can a boy keep his promise? If girls can fake things easily, then boys can lie smartly. A boy keeps his promise, but not always, and seldom does leave a promise unfulfilled. He gaped at me and hesitantly said, please don't pull the trigger. Kneel down, get into the grave and confess everything. I am a ghost from the past. It's me who saw disappearing people's lives. Bring him back. Old memories in dreams is my job. Do you know who I am? Is it you, that nightmare? Are you? Yes, it is me. Let me put others under torture. Let me complete my mission and blow up their lives as I have done with you. This grave is yours. Here you shall breathe your last breath. I will save the world from your evil. I might forgive you, but I felt should forgive myself. Set up a journey of redemption to set my life in order if it's not perfectly ordered as you had planned. You are spiritually blending, he said in a sad voice, and so seeing I fired. The cruel storm of my life was ultimately over. I picked chalk and on his Thompson after I had pissed on it. Wrote twisting word. I got some poison and some lean meat prior to my going home. I poured the poison inside the meat. I whistled to my dog. He flew forward at a maddening speed to welcome me, full of joy. I patted him on the back with tears in my eyes. I hugged him and kissed his head tenderly. I wished he had been with me in that forgotten land to see how I broke the chains of yesterday and to witness my great triumph over the ghost of my past. The innocent deserve to live in a few words. Don't this is for you and me. He trusted me blindly that he ate the poisoned meat blissfully. He was winning in pain. Winning that sounded like a slicing my sliver. From him I wept, but I didn't care. My razor's intention was noble to save him from this empty world. The poison started swimming in my body, too, where my sweeted bird arrived from his long travel. Why have you returned, old friend? I shouted. To my knowledge, birds never return to the nest of family. To give you the paper you threw on the way to the cemetery. I was sandwiched between pain and pleasure. Glad to hear that. When you dwelled in my heart, I did all I could to keep you. I didn't know then why I couldn't say. Can you hear my excuses? Said the bird. I cared for you lately out of pity. I have met several different birds from different trees. Some were better than others and more honest than you are. I was wrong when I wanted to look after one bird. I am not ready to believe anything from you. I know your fake reasons. You were a liar and shame was on you. Shame this time would be on me if I trust you again. How could you believe me when you know I was a liar? Love blinded me. I trusted you, but I was not a coward. You are going to die, old friend. Have pity and forgive, pleaded the bird. For me, that is really nothing. I have seen it several times with you. I would be better to say goodbye. If you are going to start talking nonsense, go back from where you have come and ask for forgiveness from those you hurt. I forgave you in my absence. Fly again. You are at liberty. My wings couldn't fly higher. I came back to say, don't hate me, said the bird sorrowfully. You quickly took away the hope you offered me. Beginning with you again will be useless. Leave me alone. You are not my bird anymore. Well, it's true. You taught me how to hate, but my love for animals prevents me from hating you. I replied, I will remember you from time to time. I was in jail with no bars. Let as many people as possible from different places in the world know about us. Tell them the story of the bird that didn't know what he exactly wanted, but wanted more than he deserved. That's for sure. I think it's time for you to get out of my sight. Out of my memory. You still have an empty soul like always, I said. He let go of the paper ghost of the past handed me, and he flew off as he had done before. Holding the paper in my hand, my heart leaped with strange fear. I gazed at it for some time, and then started to read. As you grow up, your best friend might turn into your worst enemy, and your worst enemy into best friend. The innocent might turn into criminal. People show whatever face they want you to see because they are masters in the art of hypocrisy. People have feelings, and these feelings are instinctively unpredictable when you see someone in control of their emotions. Know that they haven't turned them on yet. People are equal in their goodness and evil. When most of your actions are bad, the world calls you bad, despite the goodness of your character. The little bird forsook you because you loved him more than you should have. He regarded himself an angel, but was merely a devil. You should find out what life is about to find a meaning to yours. Your reality offered three roads: to be or not to be, to love and to be, to have or not to have. And you have taken the road less traveled by to love and to be, which is the sole road that leads to the journey of redemption. You are not going to die today. There are still many things you have to learn about. If you forget to water your flowers, they will not grow and they might die. On their way to growing, look after your spiritual side. Dreams are flowers, they wilt as well. Things seldom turn out the way you expected them, so don't dream too much. Ideals tend to often disappoint. I am your past, and these are my words, so don't be a coward and learn from me. When I finished reading, I felt like my life somehow turned right and nothing else mattered. I let go of deep sigh of relief. Feeling tired, I fetched a fluffy pillow and lay my head on it. As I shut my eyes, I realized that I had become completely free in the direct sense of the word. Then I slept as I had never slept before.
Thank you for watching. I hope this video is clear. Don't forget to like, subscribe and switch on notification to get every posted video.